Hi guys, welcome to Geometry. This is the first time we've had a video up like this. This is of course module 1. It's the fourth quarter we're starting. It's a little bit different than what I've been giving you, and I know we're all trying to get used to it, so just bear with me. Anyhow, we're talking about circles. The thing that's going to happen on the Google Classroom, when you go to Google Classroom, it's going to come up with your assignment. On your assignment is going to have a video of me. You're going to watch the video, or it might be a Mr. Todd. You're going to watch the video, and then you're going to go to the choice board. Okay, the choice board will be up the rest of the time that we're in school. And right now we're in Module 1. This shows the date. After you view the video and do the examples with me, you'll come back and you'll choose one of these 3 assignments. So the first one says it's a worksheet, and you'll see that downloaded below on your assignment list. If you choose to do that one, you pull it up, you do the problems. If you can't write on the worksheet, just do it on your own paper and or make a new document on here and do it that way. Write the answers and then just send it to me or email it to me. The second one is going to iExcel and completing letter U, numbers 1, 2, and 3, and try to get 80% in all 3 of those categories. You also have to send that in a document to me with your percentages, okay? And the last one is a little quiz game. If you go right here to this link and click on it and then enter in this code, you'll go into a little quiz game. It's like 14 questions. Put your name in and it'll tell me how you did. So those are the 3 assignments I would like for you to do. This is just the checklist. Make sure you watch the video, pick one of the assignments, make sure you turn in something to me. A blank document, written, answers, whatever, something. Okay, so this week we're talking about circles and parts of a circle. Okay, so, my handwriting is really ugly. I have here a circle. This line, this little circle right here with a J, that is your center of your circle. And it's called Circle J. That's how you would name it. Circle J. This little line coming from the center to the outside point, outside of the circle, is called your radius. It's the line from the center of the circle to an outside point. It's also half of a diameter. This line is cutting all the way across is called your diameter. Okay, it's a straight line through your circle. And the yellow part around the circle is called your circumference. It's completely around the circle. Now, I forgot to put this one here. This line from one endpoint to another endpoint on the circle is called a chord. C-H-O-R-D. Okay? Excuse me. So, I'll give you a second. Go ahead and write this down. If I'm moving too fast, you can always go back and rewind. Okay? So, those are your parts of a circle. Now, we're going to talk about finding the circumference of a circle. Circumference, what I told you just a second ago, is around a circle. The formula is C, which means for circumference, equals 2 times pi times r. Okay? So, first example 1, find the circumference of circle J. Don't forget, C equals 2 times pi times r. Just plug in what you're getting. R is radius. We don't know what C is, so we're going to keep that out. We know that pi is, in the calculator, 3.14. So, you're going to write your formula down and plug in what the R is. Next, put it in the calculator. 2, all you have to do is put 2 times pi times 15, because that's the radius, and let's see what we get. 2 times pi, and you can just put either pi or you could put 3.14, whatever is easiest. And that comes up to 94.2. So the circumference for this guy is 94.2. These ones are pretty simple. Now, sometimes some problems they're gonna give you the circumference, like this one. It says, and they want you to find the radius of circle T. So it says the circumference is 15.3 kilometers. Okay, we don't know what the radius is, so we're going to draw it. We don't know what it is. I'm going to put a little question mark there. Okay, so we're going to write the formula like I showed you at top. But where the C is, we're going to put what they tell us. They're giving it to us. They're saying it's 15.3. Then we're going to write 2 times pi times r, like this. Now, what we need to do is we need to find out what radius is. So we need to get rid of this 2 times pi. What you want to do first is, I'm going to take it step by step. We're first going to get rid of the 2. These are all multiplying, so you're going to do the opposite, which is to divide. So we want to get rid of that 2 since he's multiplying, we have to divide him. So then you say 15.3. Let me do that on my little trusty calculator here. 15.3 divided by 2 is 7.65. So now I have 7.65 equals pi times r. We're still not there yet. We want r by himself, so we want to get rid of pi. And again, he's multiplying. We're doing opposite. We're dividing. Cross him out. And r, which is our radius, is, we do 7.65 divided by pi, which is 3.14. Our radius is, 2.44, basically. I'm just going to round it like that. So 2.44. So basically what you're doing is you're solving circumference backwards, opposite of what you did on the first problem, on the first example. Okay? Now, next, we are talking about measures of a circle. Now, for some of you guys, especially if you skateboard, you know going around on a skateboard around a full circle, it's called a 360, okay? So basically, around a whole circle is 360 degrees. So I just kind of wrote, just as a little reminder so you can know when you go to do some of the problems, just make sure they all add up to be 360, okay? So this is just like a little notes for you. All right, let's look at the next one. So we are talking about, okay, we're going to talk about central angles and arcs. Now, a central angle, you'll see the center of a circle coming out. The central angle is that it's an angle that's coming from the center of a circle, okay? This little thing here is called an arc, okay, like an arc, like a McDonald's arc. The central angle and the arc equal the same distance, same amount. So if this guy's 50, this arc is 50 degrees, okay? If this is 50, if the central angle is 50, the arc's 50. And vice versa. It says the measure of arc BC is 30 degrees. Therefore, the measure of angle A, if this arc is 30, the central angle is also 30, okay? So, all right. Now, let's do something a little bit more complicated, but the same meaning here. Okay, so our question says, what is the measure of HIJ? Okay, now, if you notice, they're giving us some, first of all, they're giving us some information. But first of all, let's see what they're talking about. They said, what is the measure of arc HIJ? Okay, so you want to go in order where it's at. H is here, and notice I is here. So you're going to go all the way around, but you want to stop at J. And J is, this guy was supposed to be named K. J is way over here. So they are asking us, what is the measure of all of this? Okay, now this one is a little, like I said, it's a little complicated. It takes some work. So what you want to do is, you want to fill in the blanks first. Okay, let's fill in the blanks. Now, if you think about it, this circle is cut directly in half. And we already know that a whole circle equals 360. So half of a circle is 180. So we know that this guy, and this guy are all going to equal 180. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is find out what x is. So we're going to add these three guys together, and we're going to equal them to 180. So you have x plus 37 plus 52 plus x plus 65 equals 180, okay? So go ahead, write that down. Okay, now let's go ahead and solve for x. We're going to combine. You have x plus x. Of course, that's 2x. And then if you add the rest of it together, you get 154. Okay, just like that. Jody, you can come out here. They can't see. Okay, now we're going to subtract. You know, solving for x, regular equation. Subtract 154 from both sides. That crosses out. So we have 2x equals, I think that is 26. Then you're going to divide both sides by 2. Sorry, guys, that my handwriting is messy. But you know me. X is 13. So we're not quite done yet, but we're getting there. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to plug in, okay? Let's plug this in first. We know that x is 13, so we're going to do 13 plus 65, which equals 78. So this guy right here is 78 degrees, okay? We already know he's 52. we're going to plug in 13 right here for the x. 13 plus 37, which is, let's see, that's 10, 3, 4, 5. That's 50 degrees, right? Okay, now, we don't know this and this. However, we do know, first of all, let's see what they're asking for. They're asking for Hij, so they're asking for all of this. We know that that's 52. We know that that's 50. And remember what I told you? Half of the circle, these are 180 anyways. So we're going to take 180, these two arcs, plus 50 plus 52 to find out our answer. 180 plus 50 plus 52. Let me add that together and see what we get. Go ahead and look. Okay. Let's go ahead and add it together, see what we get. And I want you to go ahead and write this down. If you have your own paper and pen, that's probably what I would do. If you think you can get by without doing it, and then you want to get to the work, and then you're like, oh my God, what do I do? This is why, Miss Nielsen. Hey, why don't you write it down? So, the answer of this is 282. So guys, what we're doing is we're taking notes. We're doing examples. These are problems that are on the work that I've given you. So that's why I'm telling you to do that. Now, we got two more small things to do. We're talking about last arc length. We talked about what an arc is. It's a little small arc on the circle. Sometimes they're big, which would be the major arc. Sometimes they're small, which is called minor arc. Major's big, minor's little. Arc length. You first define the arc length to find out how long this is, okay? You need to know the measurement of the central angle that creates the arc. So we know that the central angle here is 45, okay? So this is the formula. The arc length is the arc angle, which is 45, divided by 360 times 2 times pi times r. They'll give you the radius of the circle, and they'll give you the angle. And basically you just plug it in, you put it in your calculator, and you get your answer. So I've already put this one in the formula, 45, because that's the measure of the central angle, divided by 360, you get that, and then you take that and you say times it by 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times whatever the radius is. In this case, it's 12. So the answer of this arc length is 9.42. Good Lord. Okay. All right, let's do one more example. If you get one that looks like this, they want to know the measure of the arc length, and they have it darkened. I have mine highlighted. Same procedure, same formula. The arc angle, this is 270 degrees, and they'll have that in there. Divided by 360 times 2 times pi times r. In this case, the r, your radius, is 13. So again, put it in your calculator. 270 degrees divided by 360 degrees. Excuse me. Multiply that by 2 times pi. And then times the radius, which in this case is 13. Your answer here is 61.2300. So if you have any questions, please email me on this. Like I said, choose one of the assignments on the choice board. You don't have to do all three. Any one is fine with me. And email me if you have problems. I'm here for you guys. Stay safe. Talk to you soon. Bye.